Good morning. And thank you very much for the wonderful music, Pastor Barbara. We'd like to welcome everyone to our Sunday worship service here at Clayton Valley Presbyterian Church, both those of you who are able to join us here in person and those of you who are joining us over the internet. And we have a couple of business things to go through. You may have noticed we're switching up the order of worship a little bit, trying things differently here. And I would like to remind everyone or ask everyone to please sign in on the friendship pads. They're usually on the seat at the center of each row. Please sign them and pass them down the row so we have a record of your attendance. And I would also like to invite everyone to join us for coffee at the end of service. And one more thing I'd like to point out, we don't have any new children here, but sometimes we do, or you might invite friends or relatives to come by who have children. Please remind them of that little note on the back of the bulletin about how the presence of children is a gift to the church, and their sounds and their noises they're great. They're part of life, and we enjoy that. So please make sure that people know that. As I said, there will be coffee and refreshments at the end of service. There should be a pew Bible and a hymnal, either in a rack underneath your seat or in a rack on one of the chairs in front of you. And I think that's it for the business matters, and this is the point where we ask if there are any announcements from the congregation. And if there are, please wait for the microphone.
Hi, I want to thank everybody who participated last Sunday in looking at anti-racist policy for our church, as well as personally our church here, as well as across our nation. And I would like to share a theater show that's happening in Berkeley. It's called Drapetomania. It is a journey towards activism of somebody that's very dear to me. It starts next Saturday at the Marsh in Berkeley and runs for 5 Saturdays starting at 4:30. And it is a very personal journey about coping with everything that's been happening in our world. You can take BART into downtown Berkeley. The show's at 4:30. There's also parking. And if you use the code RESIST for the Marsh Theater, that code, you can get a ticket for $15, and I think there's a $3 service. So under $20 is actually a pretty good deal. It's early in the evening, and I highly recommend it. Very much in tune with our looking at racism in our country. So thank you for listening.
Are there any other announcements from the congregation? Okay, I have a hunch Pastor Barbara may have one or two.
Thanks, Kurt. As he said, there's going to be a few minor changes in worship while we are in the process of trying to identify a new organist. This may take some time, so in order to make it not quite as crazy as me bopping around doing the whole thing, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, there will be a few minor changes, such as getting rid of the centering music and moving it back to a prelude, as you heard this morning, so that I can be up here at the end. We'll also be putting the postlude, even though it does not say this in your bulletin, but before the benediction, so that I can be in the back and say hello to all of you. Again, this is not permanent. It is not permanent, but we want to take the time to really find the right person, and that will take some time. So until that is settled, we're making these few minor changes that I hope you won't object to, and I hope will make worship a little bit smoother. A couple of other announcements. We're coming up on the party for Lisa's graduation. Again, it's in another month, October 18th, but that's a Saturday, so please mark your calendars and come and celebrate us, that our seminary student, member of our church, who's not here very often because she works at another church. It's not because she doesn't want to be here, but we're having a graduation party for her on Saturday, the 18th of October. November 2nd, in case all of you didn't know this, and this is a ways out, but I'm going to just plant it in your ear now, following worship, Christy has offered to do a tour of the Children's Center. As you all know, the Children's Center is not a separate body from us. It is a mission of the church. They are the same 501c3. Their money is our money is their money. They are a mission of the church. So it would be good for you to actually see what happens in this mission of the church. So immediately following worship, she's going to take you on a tour, provide some snacks. So hope you'll stay for that. Our Bible study is currently watching The Chosen. Mostly we watch it on our own, but if you are interested in watching it with me, I'm probably going to be doing that Sunday afternoons, following worship as soon as I can get home for the next week, and then we're discussing it. So if you want to know anything more about The Chosen, you can watch it on your own or come to my house in the afternoon, and then we will discuss it on Thursday at 11 o'clock for our Bible study. I think that's it for my announcements. Sharon Crone, where are you? Is she here yet? There she is. She has a minute for mission on loaves and fishes.
Good morning. Last week, George talked to you about our involvement with Clean Start, and today I'd like to update you on our involvement with Loaves and Fishes. For the last 2 years, Carol Beaver, Carol Matthews, and I have gone over to the Pittsburgh dining room of Loaves and Fishes 1 day a month and spent the morning preparing sides to supplement a main course meal provided by a central kitchen. We then serve people who come into the dining room or provide takeout containers, which is the bulk of our provided meals. I would like to thank Carol and Carol for their continued support of this program. We also are very grateful to those who have substituted for any one of us when we were unable to work. Ruth Wyman, Shirley and Steve Reichold, Tom Gaffney, George Ants, thank you, each of you. Loaves and Fishes was established in 1983 and has grown over the years. There is 1 central kitchen in Martinez and 5 dining rooms in Walnut Creek, Antioch, Martinez, Pittsburgh, and Oakley. Each provides meals Monday through Friday, with Martinez and Pittsburgh also serving a smaller number on weekends. The organization has 1 food truck that rotates around Bay Point and Antioch sites. What is astounding, truly astounding, is that in all, they serve between 3,000 and 3,500 meals daily. Not monthly, not weekly, daily. So where do they get their food? The local food bank provides, White Pony Express provides. Some is purchased with their donations, and the rest is actually from your local grocery store, Safeway, Lucky's. Volunteers make the rounds and pick up day-old bread and pastries, lightly bruised fruit and veggies, as well as other perishables that are either used to create the meal or are offered to people as they pick up their meals. Looking forward, they've purchased a 2nd food truck, and after jumping through many hoops, have a location in Concord that they will soon be at. They have also purchased a site in Antioch for a new main kitchen that will triple their present capacity. They are growing because of a growing need. Over the years, this congregation has been very involved with Loaves and Fishes, and I've been very proud of that, and I'm proud to be a part of it now. If you would like to become more involved, either as a volunteer or through donations or just want more information, please feel free to speak to Carol, or myself. Thank you.
Okay, thank